Now, this week is known as the National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, a week which aims to raise awareness about the danger of lead exposure. Awareness about the danger of lead exposure and poisoning and the education of people on how to reduce lead exposure in their homes, how to prevent serious health effects, and to learn about the importance of testing children for lead are carried out globally and more purposefully during from the 20th to the 26th of October. In Africa, Kenya, South Africa, Algeria, Ethiopia, Cameroon, and Tanzania have all passed laws against lead poisoning. Ruth.
The World Health Organization is sounding the alarm on the threat of lead exposure to health, as well as the future of children. Now, Charles Ndika Akong, Technical Director at the World Health Organization, joins us from Gabon. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on the program. So today, lead poisoning is a real issue to be taken seriously, and your organization confirms that it's caused more than 1 million deaths in 2017. Can you tell us more?
Lead poisoning is an adverse health effect from the exposure to lead. Lead is a very toxic heavy metal that is usually added to many products, including paint, to make it shiny, durable, and colorful. The paint is used in several settings. The paint, mostly oil paint, color paint, oil paint that we use in homes, school, offices, and playgrounds. Lead poisoning is quite a very big issue, big health issue, and affects children in particular, and manifests quite a very wide range of symptoms. Lead exposure has risen faster in Africa over the last decade than in any other region, and almost 40,000 deaths each year. The health impacts last a lifetime, and this impacts may have a high cost on the families, communities, and economy in terms of lost productivity. In fact, lead poisoning cost the continent almost, in economic terms, around $135 billion every year in terms of lost output.
And that's quite a lot of money there. But what countries suffer the most from lead poisoning? Tell us, what countries are most affected?
Yes, I think before I say which countries suffer the most, perhaps I explain some of the specific symptoms from lead, in the sense that some of the symptoms, symptoms from exposure of lead poisoning will lead to, include, irreversible injuries, like issues like loss of cognition, attention deficit, attention deficit children, and even hypertension. So let's account for out of the 10 unexplained developmental intellectual disability, and it also contributes to issues like heart diseases as well as chronic kidney disease. In terms of countries that are affected, most countries in the regions are affected with the issue of lead exposure from the use of paint that contain lead. And so only 6 countries in Africa have been able to put regulation to ban lead used in paint. So from that, I can tell you in terms of the amount of countries that are exposed to this paint products that contain toxic lead. Lead levels that are very harmful to human health.
So what is being done by African governments to solve this problem?
Une législation qui interdit l'utilisation du plomb dans la peinture. Que font les autres pays du continent?
African governments have been able to take some effort collectively to address the issues of lead exposure, particularly in products like petrol, where there's been a continental-wide ban on the addition of lead as an anti-knocking agent in petrol products. But that same commitment has not been passed on to other sources of exposure like paint. African countries collectively agreed with the rest of the international community in 2002 to ban the addition of lead in paint by 2020. So we are at the home stretch of 2020. Only 6 countries in the region have been able to put in place regulations banning lead use in paint. So this shows that there's a very strong need for awareness at the level of countries. The World Health Organization has been supporting countries to be able to take preventive action to address these issues, and especially in the light of putting in place regulations.
Eh bien, Monsieur Charles Ndika Kong,
Well, thank you, Mr. Ndika, for joining us on the program.
That
That was Charles Ndika Akong, Technical Director at the World Health Organization.
La suite avec vous, Jerry.